Welcome everyone to another episode of Toilet Daddies. Today we're going to be reviewing some 1/12 hot items coming at you. Sorry, I take up my earphones. I'm going to have to leave in a second. Hold on. I'm on. Cut the music.
TPC and Toy Daddies. TPC and Toy Daddies. LOL. That was silly.
It was silly.
Sorry, guys.
No, that was fantastic. I love Josh Brown already going, ooh, a skit.
I can't help but notice that there just wasn't enough time between the intro beginning and ending for you to wash your hands using the birthday method. That was at least like one hyper happy birthday.
The germs don't go through the screen. We're okay.
Did I need to? I mean, it's not like I went or anything.
No one knows. No one knows these things.
Oh, man.
I'm trying to be transparent. But hilarious.
Well done. It was well
played. You guys
played.
were literally talking about it as I was like, yeah, I have an idea.
This is good. That was good. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to the ToyPic community. We are your Toy Daddies, and we're here tonight to talk about the wonderful toy photography of last Friday's top 10. And we have a very, very special guest who you want to just bring him because it's our boy. Bring him in, and we're gonna hang and we're gonna do all the fun stuff. So thank you all for being here tonight. But here we are from Diamond Select Toys. It is Zach Oat. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Oh, well, Chris feels great and relieved at this moment.
Welcome, fellow toilet daddy.
Thank you.
You two
I have
are
a toilet in every room, so I'm actually sitting on one now.
Perfect.
That's how you know you made it.
That's true. That's what I've heard.
Every seat's a toilet.
Chris, did you put one in your new toy room back there? Do you have one off screen?
A toilet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the bidet to be installed.
Fair. Oh, man. Well, hi, gentlemen. So, again, it's Wednesday night. So, our boys over at Between Two Sentinels have been having a great old time that started at 8 o'clock. And now we're here with Zach. We're going to talk about all the wonderful things of that Diamond Select revealed during San Diego Comic-Con. I have my plethora of awesome toys here that I'll probably be throwing up at during different parts of tonight. And of course, starting with our top 10. Do you guys want to hop into that first?
Yeah.
Get things going?
Give
the people what they want.
Let's get into it.
And while Chris cues that up, Zach, how have you been doing? Because you were at Comic-Con, and then you're in con season now, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I got one coming up in October, New York Comic Con, but I just got back from the first ever Fanatics Fest in New York City, which was a sports festival. Which I'm not a big sports guy, but we have a company that we make sports card supplies and that sort of thing. So we set up there, and that was a lot of fun.
Oh, nice.
Definitely a new thing for me. So yeah, I guess it kind of is con season. The whole July to October is sort of our con season. But next year, New York Toy Fair comes back, so that'll be in March. So it's really all year round. But you get a nice break in between. But yeah, back in New York.
Nice. That'll be fun.
That'd be fun. We should try to think about that one, guys.
I think this might be the year. Yeah.
Figure that out and visit Zach while he works.
Yeah.
Yes. And bother him again.
I will gladly walk all you guys around the showroom for sure.
Oh.
All right. Well, I'll be seeing you Thursday of New York Comic Con, so that'll be. Oh, it's always a great treat, Zach, to get to see you over there doing your thing.
But that big Yimbo energy.
Well, we're gonna start off with the top 10, and we're gonna go into not that one.
Nope.
That one. Not that one. Not that one, because these are all wrong. Nope,
Super
not that
odds.
one.
Definitely not.
Oof.
Definitely.
I mean,
Hey, there we are.
we're gonna go to this.
Nope.
Okay, so we're bad about maintenance tonight. All right, yeah.
For the record, I told Zach I feel like I have a good excuse with my kids starting kindergarten today. It was a lot of work and prep this week. A lot of like just making sure my wife was feeling confident. We were both feeling confident, but really like, oh, it was a lot. It was a lot of prep.
I mean, let's just take a moment. You should feel those emotions. It was a big week. Tomorrow.
It was a big week
day for you. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
I transitioned to that full-time school.
Yep. So anyway, not that I. It's okay. We excuse our little production things. Whatever. We opened with a fantastic skit that was put together so brilliantly. We have our moments.
On the toilet, you can only go up from there.
That's true.
It's true. I mean,
all right.
I returned to work this week, and I was able to put that skit together. So I think that was pretty good.
I know. It was Herculean.
Well, anyway, welcome to the top 10, everyone. Let's go check out the pictures from the TPC top 10 from last Friday, voted from all of you. And there were some really fantastic photos this week. 10 through 6, we got 10th place Hood Grown Art. 9th, PL Toy Box Photography. We know him.
Hey, Pablo.
8th place, DMC Photography.
Photography. Yeah, there you go.
7th place, Arsoon Fist.
Nice.
Oh, boy, Arson.
Yeah. In 6th place, Juju
of a Down.
Oh, Juju of a Down.
Nice.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Well, these are
fantastic photos. Wow.
Yeah. And I you know what? I'm loving that these screenshots that you're including, Chris, with the nominators, because it's always like, oh, look at our other buddies. Because again, it's a large group of people that are a part of making the ToyPic community happen. So it's really neat seeing like other like, oh, look at that. Ah, yeah, I love it.
Big shout out to the TPC Discord team. Look at all the ones they selected this week.
Yeah, man. So yeah, gorgeous work. And I'm really digging that Juju of a Down Deadpool shot. Loving that thing. And the Arson Fist on the Ghost Rider bike. I mean, that bike is a lot of fun, and just his editing style is so good.
I love
the Constantine one. Oh.
Yeah, the simplicity with the Godlight, and specifically Godlight for Constantine. That's very meaningful right there. Super well done.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And who's it in the 10th? The Hood Grown Art. That's Monkey King? Is that the Noda?
Oh, is that the Noda that you gave me?
Yeah, that's the Noda Monkey King.
Yeah, nice.
That's a great figure.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Well,
congratulations, everyone here.
Bangers.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
Let's move it on to number
5.
Oh boy. Articulated Times. Oof. So Zach, I know that Chris and I got you into Mythics. Have you seen any of those ogres yet? Have you seen them in person? No. They are big boys. Yeah, this is a killer shot. So this is nominated by our boys at Behind the Plastic. Very cool.
Yeah,
that's right. This week, they have this great episode with Toy Blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. That was a good one.
Always.
So that's a Mythic Legions ogre you were saying?
Yeah.
So who's he facing off with? Which figure is this?
I think that's a Mezco Conan.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one. I don't think that's King. That's not King Conan.
I have Conqueror.
That sword sheath looks great.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking it might be the first release. I didn't have that first one, so I don't know what accoutrement what sheath he came with. But yeah, no, this is a great shot. I love the composition. Again, it's a great face-off. This is a poster. This is a poster if we were going to see a live-action Conan movie, you know?
Yeah. I love the use of outdoors. I miss shooting outdoors. So when I see it here, it brings me back to like good times from when when everyone started off with toy photography. They took their toys outside, and you can see the rocks and you can see the trees. So great use of natural life, I guess.
That's
Do you think
true.
there's some atmosphere aerosol going on here, or some fog?
Yeah, looks like atmosphere, or using one of those Ulanzi or PMI fog machines. Very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm curious about that rock
Congratulations.
formation in the background.
Yeah.
If that is real, it looks highly dangerous.
That is true.
Or as a matter of
Thank you,
perspective from the ground, could you imagine? It's just like, that leads up to my driveway.
Well, even, I mean, honestly, this was such a perfect spot, and then with that smoke, mist, fog, block it, like everything is in scale there, and even that kind of like dead grass is giving more like hay vibes. Everything is scaled so perfectly, which can be hard in an outdoor shot. So really well done.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, congratulations, Articulated Times, coming in 5th place.
Very
Here we
cool.
go. It's a number
4.
Ooh, is this Biojex photo? Biojex? That's a
Biojex.
that's an interesting name.
Cool name. Biojex.
So Zach, I'll let you kick things off because there's a what's capturing your eyes here on this shot.
It took me a second to focus on it because it's just there's so much. Even though you can't see a lot, there's so much going on. I'm very curious what scale this is we're talking about because this is a lot of detail here.
That is true.
Is this unless you guys know what figures? Is this 1/6? What is this?
We don't know. This week I only reached out to our top 3 for our like little questions that we pitch people. So I don't know, but man, it could be all of them. I mean,
I have no idea.
it's hard. I don't own any alien toys. I've seen all the movies, but that's just never been like a figure.
Yeah,
I don't know. They're too creepy for me to they can score me.
It's 112. I think it's probably a NECA. And I think this is one that I think I saw it recently. I think someone had bought it off of Entertainment Earth, but I think it's a 1/12 figure.
Okay.
And would make sense considering how much fog juice, if this is practical, how much fog juice they poured on this figure. If it was a 112 or 1/6 like hot toy or something like that, I would feel very nervous.
Yeah, there's definitely some water effects going on there on the chin. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
I just love it.
Those, like, this reminds me of like Chewy, the way you do your fog drops on those reels that you do.
That's why I feel so nervous for this, because when I do that, I am putting that nozzle right up against the toy, and normally it doesn't leave a residue. They say it doesn't leave something, but when you're leaving no gap between the nozzle and the toy, there's a residue.
Oh, really?
A light layer. So if this was a hot toy, I'd feel nervous. But
definitely.
It totally can be fine because there's no soft to it.
It's so good though. The teeth. Look at the teeth.
Yeah, where it's just slow. Yeah, the depth of the shot is very well done.
Yeah,
and even the light, the little bit of rim lighting going on the back of the head through the fog, really well done.
It's pretty. Oh, it's really cool. Biojex photo, fantastic job.
Number 3.
Yes.
Oh, Mr. Top Skyreet?
Nominated by a
Father.
Oh, yep. Sounds familiar.
We know that guy.
Sorry, only Toilet Daddy here. This photo is great. I mean, what really pops is how Taskmaster is posed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Very cocky, very full of himself, sure of himself,
Well,
self-confidence.
In a mirror position to Cap, which makes sense for his powers.
Mm-hmm.
Like the shield's even in the other arm.
Oh, true. Yeah.
In great build-up of the yard, the warehouse yard, like in terms of I can't talk today. In terms of the storage boxes and the fence and even the concrete ground, it's like well put together.
Yeah, and I think those are supposed to be little leaves on the concrete ground.
Yeah. It's
And again, more
fun.
atmosphere. You can use a PMI Smoke Ninja. You can use a Ulanzi smoke machine. You can use atmosphere aerosol. So lots of different tools you can use to simulate fog.
And stimulate the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Question.
And stimulate and totally get it.
Taskmaster, does that from that 3-pack, does it come with a soft goods cape?
It does
No.
not.
This looks custom, and I love that it's two tones. Look at that.
Mhm.
Oh, it's so good.
Two-toned and wired. That's so cool.
Yeah, the semblance of wind, just like a very strong wind, is very cool.
Mhm.
Totally.
Oh, the
Yeah.
little bit of light on the shield too. This is a fantastic photo.
It's
It's
really
it's
well
really
done. I
good.
know. I know. It's just even that just slightly off kilter, like the angle is great for showing this confrontation outside of just either facing each other or more of like a behind the back, over the shoulder. Like, I just really love how both of these guys are situated.
Oh yeah, shot from the ankle of Cap, the eyes
Yeah.
tucked in. Even the way that the angles are with the crates, that is a nice little leading line right there, leading from the
Yeah.
mouth to the Taskmaster's eyes. There's a lot to love about this photo.
I know.
I really I mentioned it, but I really like the ground, and I love that the groove and the concrete. That
Oh yeah,
just
the little
looks so
cracking.
natural.
You
Yeah,
see some cracking too.
yeah. Yeah,
Beautiful
it's
stuff.
great.
Well, let me check my DMs right quick. See if we have some answers from Mr. Top, Skyreet,
Mr. Top.
and we don't. All right. Sorry, that's on me, guys, because I sent it today.
Mr. Top.
But, well done. Congratulations. Great shot.
Amazing job.
Moving on.
Number 2.
Ooh, another nominated by another fellow Toy Daddy.
Yeah.
And look-
Farrell Mallett.
Hey, that person's in the bathroom. I'm just gonna point that out.
Totally.
Explains the shock of like.
I'm just saying. It seems like we chose well thematically. Chris, you chose well with the opening tonight.
When he's like, "Where's my hat?" Oh no.
Oh no. You know what? This could pair well. I took a photo of Buzz looking down a toilet a long time ago. This could pair well as like part 2.
That's
Woody's
true.
looking for his pal.
Yeah.
So, Zach, are you excited about the announcement for Toy Story 5? Are you in camp excited, or like you just enjoy it as it comes out? Where are you with the Toy Story fandom?
Oh, I love all of them, really. I mean, I thought the 4th one was great, and I'm sure the 5th one will be just as great. I'm curious to see how they'll work Woody back into it, to be perfectly honest.
Right, I know.
They've established that the characters in Toy Story have access to the internet and email and video games. So staying in connection with one another probably makes, it's probably as easy as the way we stay connected to one another.
They have an IG account.
Could you imagine?
They're taking toy photos.
That'd
be so good.
I'll lose it.
Think about that year and how many pictures of this guy we'll take.
Oh my god!
Totally.
I just saw the 2 of them when I was cleaning up down here this week, and I'm just like, oh, I can't wait to like just focus on those 2 guys and all of those little accessories. Are so fun.
I was giving that some thought. I think every anniversary we should take a Toy Story photo, whether it's 100 episodes, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year.
I like it.
Sure, I'm down.
By the way, Chris, did you happen to get a response? Or just checking from Zero? No.
Okay. I sent all the questions. I didn't get anything, but as we say every single episode, if you happen to watch this, please send us those answers, and we're happy to show them and read them on another episode. But congratulations, Sarah Mallet Photography, on a banger number 2.
It's really fantastic. I mean,
Number 2.
Sorry.
No. Let's move on. Whatever.
Sorry.
Just kidding. No, what you had said about the concrete floor in the last photo, I'm just looking at the floor in this photo. I know it's it's a real floor, but it just looks. It catches my eye.
It's rustic.
Right? Like you see a little bit of that like wood kind of pulled up. Like this is a house that's been lived in.
Yeah, totally.
Just appreciating this house, and I'm assuming that's Cyril and that Cyril's legs. In the
Also assuming.
Big assumptions.
Big swings here.
No, I'm sorry. I was going to say it could have been a very, very clean, floor. It could have been a very, maybe this is just where they live and it's just what they use. But it could have been a very smooth white floor. It could have been the edging down at the bottom. It's got a lot of texture to it. Even the shoes are well worn shoes.
Yeah.
It could have been very a lot less interesting texturally than it is.
Oh yeah,
totally. Can you imagine like the first takes? It's like just his feet or like socks. It's like I need to put my shoes on.
And then the pose of the feet, like you're not even just posing Woody to be like in shock. You're walking out of the bathroom. You have to go with that thought, or you've taken many. Could you imagine how many takes? Like took 60 pictures before I realized I need to arch my ankle a little bit.
Yeah, or I need the pants down at the ankles.
Yeah.
This is now a series of photos.
Yeah.
This is a story.
Okay.
No, but it's so true because like I lived a very lived-in lifestyle, so it is. Everything about this is just it's just a warm, loving. Like again, there's nothing. It's just real. It feels all real. There's Woody in someone's house, and it's so cool. So love that thought.
Fantastic job. I mean, I don't want to steamroll. Do you guys have anything else to say before I move on to number one?
I feel like that was a trap just going to number one. I was waiting for you to be like, anyone need no.
Oh, that should have been. That should have been. All right, let's move on to number
one.
Toy immersion. Boy, oh boy.
Zach,
yeah, I'm just like soaking it in right now.
Yeah.
I saw a comment from Alexander Porter, and again, guys, we love the chat, so we'll be saying hi to everybody as we start, picking Zach's brain. But for this right now, like Alex said, this is great listening to you guys know what people are looking for in cool toy photography. I mean, again, it's just we just are saying things that we think are really neat that jump out. Like that's what photography is, right? Like at least appreciating the photography. So Zach, I'll start with you again. Since this is our number one, what's jumping out first to you? What's catching what's tickling those eyeballs?
Well, there is that one, speaking of eyeballs, there's that one focal point in the whole picture, which is that one glowing yellow eye, which is very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the flying snow, I like that they chose the X-Force costume to, accent to match the palette. The yellow costume. It's very cool.
Oh, that's a great point. What about you guys?
I want to say this is the Lieutenant William Wolf from Guerre Toys. That is either I think they customized it to paint it white, or they did something to the frame. But
I thought they had a white version.
Did they? I don't think. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think they did. I didn't see it.
So flower was the snow. I was going to throw out my favorite thing is literally the snow that's on Wolverine and his claws, like on his right arm. And it's so neat that was practical. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love the depth.
Painted white?
I think that there's two versions. I think this was like the variant other version that came out.
Chat, if you know.
And I could be wrong, but I think there was two.
I don't think this is painted white. This looks, just looking at the photo up close on my screen, looks as is. So I think there was a white version.
Yeah.
White variant.
Am I following them? Oh.
Guess not. Ooh, okay.
I've liked those photos. Anyways.
Wow.
Yeah, no, so Toy Immersion knows what they're doing with the figures, with the camera. This is just man, like Zach was saying, great color palette. Like I'm digging the snow.
I also like
Yeah.
just going back what Zach was saying about like the Uncanny X-Force costume.
Mm-hmm.
I think this, if there's a story to this at all, like I love to think that Wolverine sent on a stealth mission and he needs to be incognito and needs this stealth suit to make sure that he can take out I'm guessing this is supposed to be a Sasquatch, but the Sasquatch.
I think it's supposed to be a Wendigo.
A Wendigo. Sasquatch.
Actually,
Wendigo.
It's Wendigo with an E. No,
So-
but from what I saw in this photo and then in the behind the scenes, I love the sense of depth that he was able to capture. Just using a few, it looked like those broken down pieces of tree, like from like a yards,
Mm.
and mix that with the flower and a little bit of in the background. Did a great job of creating that like layers of depth.
Yeah.
Just watching the reel, you're like, wow, he like did magic.
Yeah,
Like-
right. Like it doesn't look like anything that is terribly different than what you could find from a kitchen, like flowers from the kitchen. The tree limbs are from the backyards, and then of course these figures are beautiful, but he was able to do a lot with some fairly simple ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally.
Well, congratulations. We do not like Aaron's gotten back to us in the past. We don't have any, and you know, I'm trying to think. I feel like Tuesdays are probably going to be my day to send out my questions because Wednesday mornings it's more topical. But if I send it 2 out, then sometimes people forget. I think Tuesday is going to be the day moving forward. Just saying. So we don't have answers this time around from Aaron, but congratulations, Toy Immersion. Keep up the, again, fantastic work.
Well, in lieu of questions, let's
Yeah.
let me reshare my screen and we can take a look at just take a quick browse through his portfolio. We saw that beautiful cap. Ooh, this was nice. G.I. Joe Classified. So he has a city diorama too.
And that's okay. So yeah, look at some of the dial work. So this one is 78 points. The one before that was Rico. That's somebody that there's Rico.
Oh,
That's
Rico.
Johnny Banana. Sergeant Bananas. Johnny uses his stuff.
Look at the little tears on the Mezco Spidey suit.
No.
Well, I think that might be. I mean, it looks like it. Oh, it might not be.
No.
Oh, look at this. Again,
Oh,
78
wow.
points. Dio. Oh, magical.
That makes me want to get an Arthur, that type of Joker.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
Fantastic. I can't believe I wasn't following him. Oh, I like this one. Again, give our number 1 a follow, Toy Immersion.
Oh man, congratulations. We did it, guys. There's our top 10 from last week. Again, wonderful stuff. Oh, it's so good.
Fantastic job, guys. Good night. Take it easy. But like you said, Yimbo, one of the best things about the show is the chat, right? So
Of course.
Let's like just get right into it because
Oh yeah.
there's some people in here. Wade Create, what's up? We got Josh Brown in the house. We got KJ Smith. He's probably he's everywhere. Cal
And
Collector.
KJ Smith, he's everywhere, but you can also catch him on Friday nights on his show, Highly Posable.
We got Cal the Collector. Tricks Blast 95. What's up,
Going
buddy?
on?
Pack Photos. How
Hey,
you
hey,
doing? We had gave props to Alexander Porter before. We got Shroomies in the house.
Hey, Shroomy.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, Mr. Fan. Oh, I love that figure.
Clintastic 4. What's going on, Clint? Make it, move it. Make it move media. What's up, buddy?
You say make it, move it.
Make it move. Another IG handle. Paulo, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, Paolo?
What's up, Paolo?
Chudsy, what's
Speaking
going
of
on?
SDCC, meeting Paolo, that was a really cool moment.
Yeah.
Very cool, dudes.
Yep, I still have all his prints right here, safe and sound. I have all of ours and the Sentinels.
We
Was that
will
on
be.
Saturday? Was I on a plane?
Yeah, you had to. You were leaving that night, so we met Paolo at the con. He was outside the Mondo booth. Not booth. It was Mondo room, and then
Got it.
we saw him out at the bar as well. We got a bunch of his prints, and I think we'll probably end up doing a draft split at Legion's Con over them.
Oh, nice.
Quite a
Yeah.
few. You're included too. So he gave us a bunch.
I assume that, but thanks.
Just clarifying statements. You know.
Sorry I missed you, Paulo, but I can't wait to see those prints. That's awesome.
And Chedsy, we appreciate you coming out
Chedsy.
tonight.
Yeah. Zach. Shroomy said, Zach, just want to thank the select team for the Fantastic Four, the Mr. Fantastic, and Sue they released.
Those two figures are some of the coolest figures on my shelf right now. The swap out parts, it's so cool. It reminded me of some of the elements I loved about like the toys growing up when they had cool toy features like that.
It's definitely the best Mr. Fantastic out there. And the Sue Storm, like the invisible bubble.
Yeah.
But again, the
thing's cool.
swap out hands to make it translucent. You know, I love translucent. So this is like the best blends. Like, oh, you like that? We'll give you like limbs that you can pop on.
Totally.
Zach, I had been so sad about my Sue because I had put on the bubble wrist, like that's pegged in, and my son got a hold of her for a second and it snapped, but then I was able to glue it back and it works beautifully. It made me so happy. Like, because this again, there's such a ridiculous to not keep using the word fantastic, but it truly is like, oh, it's so well done. Sorry, so
that's great.
and I'm happy that peg re-solidified. It was fantastic. It made me so happy. That never happens.
Yeah, we've got some more Marvel Selects coming up that are very, very heavy on interchangeable parts. We showed art for the Hobgoblin, who's going to have a lot of interchangeable stuff. And
Really? Okay.
yeah, and the one after that is going to be interchangeable too. Archangel has a couple of heads and some hands. Annihilus has some.
Can we lose him?
I think
his head can switch with the minifigure's head, the insect head. So if you like the insect head better, you can put that on the regular body and put the more metallic head onto the little body.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Which
cool.
is kind of cool.
Annihilus looks great. I love the look.
Yeah, one of my first Fantastic Fours was them fighting Annihilus. It was a John Byrne issue, so I'm excited about that.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to scroll to find that picture of a hobgoblin somewhere.
I don't know if pictures got out. We showed it at San Diego's panel. We showed 2D art of it, but I don't think it's painted yet. Maybe it's
got
painted.
it. Okay.
But no, we didn't have it in the case.
Got it.
Speaking of interchangeable parts and great figures, one of my favorites right now.
Oh, great.
And I feel like you can buy two and then have two different figures, basically.
Yeah, just doing that version and then doing the Golden Age cap, the triangle shield and the
triangle shield, and
the bare neck and yeah.
How has the reception been? Because obviously, I had put out a review. I'm like, oh, this is the greatest cap ever, and it really is. It's so spectacular. How has it been, received that you've heard, on your end?
Everybody I talked to loves it. I believe it's sold out at the warehouse level, and we're doing a second run. Yeah.
Very nice.
We're going to make more of them for people who missed it the first time.
Very cool. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely don't miss out on that, people, because it's well done, Chris.
when you do when you release something like that cap, and you're pretty much you're yeah, this is gonna hit, and then did that surpass your expectations in terms of the interest of it?
Whenever we solicit something, we always, look at what the orders are like, and if they're high, and we can see how high the orders are for retailers, but very often with Marvel Select, you don't really see how they're going to be received until they're actually in stores. We try to take the best photography possible to represent the figure, but this Captain America in particular, the prototype we were shooting wasn't really the best. It had some fit problems, and it wasn't necessarily. I think the head might have been a little off scale too, but once people saw it in hand and saw the reviews of it, I think it really boosted sales, and I think that's how we plowed through that inventory. So then that led to a pretty quick sellout relatively, and then we offered it again. I don't know what the orders were like on the second release, but hopefully that will be coming out pretty soon.
Sure. Paulo says we'll get some tacos next time. Yes, please. Make It Move Media. Love the Hobgoblin. So excited. Shroomy, excited for this future selects. We select some of the best Hulks across the board, and that is absolutely true.
Very true.
Ender Shadows, hey, how's it going, buddy? Great. Thanks for joining us. Shroomy does ask, will we be getting any future Gamma-based characters of the selects in the future? Question mark.
I know there's a Hulk that I'm pushing for, like a specific version of the Hulk. But I think,
does it have a beard?
A beard? No, that'd be pretty cool. I just reread that the other day, actually. I don't think we've got any on the roster right now. We've got a couple of movie-based figures. Oh, he's got the last one.
Oh my goodness!
No, I've got my Hulks.
Wait,
I told you, I just took out all my toys. They're all.
I don't think we've got any.
Yeah.
Soon.
Sorry,
everybody loved that Hulk. He's another one sold out. I think he sold out 2 production runs. And
oh my goodness!
And the red one did too.
Yeah.
The red one was so sharp. It's beautiful.
I mean, when that trailer for Captain America came out, did it already sell out, or was everyone like, "I want it now"?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was already gone at that point. But that's we should make more for sure.
Yeah, probably when that movie comes out.
Yeah. Zach, I always ask you about this, but now that we're getting closer to more Tron movie news, and that seems like it's gonna happen this time. They have 9 Inch Nails doing the score. Jared Leto has ridden the Tron rides. Do you think we'll see more Tron stuff?
I hope so. I love Tron. I love the new Tron especially.
Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh,
it's a good Tron.
I keep him handy at all times. I love him. I'd love to do some modern Tron stuff, but I think we're going to be doing some more stuff with classic figures in the near future, bringing them back. But I'm not sure what we have as far as new stuff. But the classic figures are pretty cool in their own right. So
they are cool. They are cool.
So hopefully those do really well, and then we could maybe look at doing some more. Like I'd love to do the new movie for sure.
Maybe make it into an arcade as well, arcade cabinet for the new movie, because that is a beautiful collectible that you guys made.
Oh yeah, no, that big arcade cabinet was great. You may see some more arcade cabinet stuff, which would be very cool.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I remember when I was in Disney World and I saw it in the shop by the Tron ride. Yeah. I was like, oh wow. Seeing kids walk out with that.
I'm not sure I've ever seen one in person, believe it or not.
Oh really?
Yeah, no, it's just not one that we I think we sold out of it pretty quick. And so I never requested one in for myself because I had all the figures and I knew I wasn't going to bust it open and play with the figures again. So I would just get it to put it on a shelf and eventually run out of space to display it and put it away in storage or something like that. So I didn't bother getting one, but
we know that story.
Cool. Yeah. No, there's lots of figures that we've released that I don't have. I don't have one of those green Hulks. There's a couple of things that I'm like, I wish I'd gotten one of those when they were available. I had one, but we had a customer service request, and I'm like, I had like the last one or something like that. So I'm like, all right, I'll send it to this guy. That's fine.
Oh, that's good.
That's Wade Crate says, if you're looking for a couple of toy photographers to boost sales, I may know a few 600 people.
600 to 6,000. Yeah.
It is It is. I send stuff to a bunch of toy photographers. Some really great guys. But yeah, no, I'm always curious to see new works. A lot of these guys that you've been showing today, I'd never seen their work before, so they were pretty great. Yeah, if anybody's interested, they can certainly reach out. But we do have a lot of people we already send to. So I always look at what your what your audience size is and stuff like that. But feel free to give it a shot.
Chudsy says the Select Hulk is nuts. Great figure. What's up, Mike Hex? How you doing, buddy?
It really is. Both of these are so much fun to just pose around.
I always go back to it, and the thing that always surprises me when I pull it off my shelf is the sheer weight of the figure. It's like like in 3D print, it feels like 100% like infill. Like there's no, like
you. It's one of those where you can't put up way high.
Oh yeah, if it fell,
fall.
it's like a cartoon. You would end up like getting knocked out by like a bowling ball.
Yep. Yimbo, I need your vocals.
Yes. Ooh. Jukebox Hero. No bathroom acoustics this time, but hi. What's up, Jukebox?
Still sounded great. Shroomy asks, any chance of a Muppets diorama from Diamond Select? A kill for another kitchen set.
I think a lot of people would do that. Yeah.
We're taking it one figure at a time with that line, just making sure that there's still each figure we put out, making sure there's still interest in the characters we're doing. So I'm not sure about dioramas. We did that cardboard backstage box set, which was pretty cool, but not really something you could play with outside the package. Palisades did such a great job with all that stuff that it's hard to live in the shadow of it. But anything's possible. I was talking to somebody earlier about Jacob's Toys and Super Sorrel about whether we should do more characters from like Christmas Carol and stuff like that.
My goodness!
I think that
you
awesome.
did a Marley and Marley.
Oh yeah, Marley and Marley.
Winner.
Jacob and Robert Marley.
Yeah.
Hands down, that is instantly the best thing that came out of that Four Horsemen Jacob Marley figure. That everyone got inspired to do a Marley and Marley version of that, even though it's not the same figure. It's just like,
right.
Yeah, bring it out.
I mean, that's my wife got me into that movie. That was always her go-to Christmas movie growing up. Now it's mine because it's like it. So yeah, I think that would hit. I'm not saying it would just be an us thing. I think it
Christmas present. I don't think I would live long enough to see that as a figure, but that'd be amazing.
if oh man, you just put that in our heads now. Jeez,
Don't you want it?
Do it? I do want it.
Know me better, man. Love it.
I do want it.
Well, that is really exciting.
I know.
Or even my last pitch for Muppets, and only because not only because, but it's top of mind because of the rumors that Muppets 3D is going to be removed and replaced at Hollywood Studio and at Disney World to make room for new attractions. It's been around for a couple decades, since the 90s, so quite a few decades. But they have 3D character in there, Waldo C. Graphic, and I think that would be a perfect little figure to toss into a box.
It would be cool. Yeah, I think I know.
Do you have a pic? Chewy, you gotta. I don't. Who is this? Who is this character?
You don't know Waldo C. Graphic?
I mean, let me see.
Let me bring it up.
You have a deeper knowledge of Muppets than I do. Paulo, what's going on? Thanks for joining us.
Oh, that is.
Josh Brown says yes, you should do all the characters from Muppet Christmas Carol, and then he also said I bought 2 Marleys for the express purpose of putting Salter and Waldorf heads on them.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is Waldo C. Graphic, and it's
so
the character that's in this attraction. You're inside Muppet theaters. You sit there. It's a 3D show, so you put on glasses and you basically see an episode of the Muppets. And Bunsen and Beaker make this 3D character that comes to life and escapes from the lab.
Got it.
And then you see basically this like really awesome show. So
That's cool.
He is very cool. Yeah, we're always looking for fun stuff to put in the packaging. The New Zealand and lips will be very cool. They come with a lot of fun stuff. That's the next 2-pack.
Mhm.
Nice.
So we're always looking for cool stuff.
So let's see. What? I was looking at up some of the pre-order schedule stuff for things coming out.
Yeah.
So there's just trying to find like a nice comprehensive list to go through, but I'm seeing a lot of like little individual posts of things. How did I'm kicking myself that I didn't realize it advanced, but how did the Gimli do at Comic-Con?
He did very well. I think they only brought a limited number to the Diamond Comics Fandom World booth, but I'm pretty sure they sold out. I don't know if we sold out on our website because we had a certain number of percent on our website, but I believe that the main warehouse for retailers sold out of the rest of the run. So
nice.
So they did very well. So hopefully we'll see more deluxe versions of figures in the future because there's plenty to do.
Mm-hmm.
So he did really great. I think he was the standout of the show. Although I think they sold out of some of the Mini-Mate sets too. They did 2 Mini-Mate sets, Ninja Turtles video game version and Transformers Divide and Conquer episode set, and I think they sold out of the Ninja Turtles at the show. So that was cool. I love Mini-Mates.
Yeah. There we go. Here's
love Mini-Mates. That's so fun.
Yeah.
I love the new Spider-Verse one, the Spider-Verse set, because they come with different stands. I got a kick out of that. I was like, oh, this is cool.
Like I love these are so cool. So cool. Question: there was a Wolverine mask that went to this set. Who does it go on to? Who
it goes onto that figure, so you can make D-Man.
Oh,
D-Man.
okay.
If you don't know D-Man, he was like a kind of substitute Avenger, and he wore a Daredevil outfit with a Wolverine mask, and it was.
Oh my goodness!
He would emerge from the sewers. Is that the one?
Which one?
A D-Man. He would emerge from the he would leave and go through the sewers.
Yeah, he had some problems. He lived in the sewers for a while. I think he was maybe homeless for a little while too. He had a rough time. There he is.
So cool. Wow.
Marvel's unluckiest hero.
That's so good.
That's awesome.
He's an Avenger.
So awesome.
Yep. Count it.
That's great. That is a deep cut.
No. Is he Daredevil? No. Is he Wolverine? Definitely not. D-Man.
Just another request / question. You got if you do this Venom again, or just do more Venoms.
That's a class. Yeah.
I love this. Was one of my very first time in Selects, and I've said this before, but I love this Venom so much. I can't believe I still have it. This
not the most
college
posable.
dorm. Not posable, but man, it's so great.
Yeah.
Did you say that was in your college dorm?
Yeah. I got in high school, and then I kept it in college for so long.
The figure that came with me to college and sat on my shelf was the Hush Nightwing figure that came out.
Yeah. I was just pulling that one down from upstairs. Yeah.
Great figure for the time. Picture perfect. Cannot bend for the life of them.
The elbows don't move. I don't think
so. Or I forget the Screamer sticks. They don't come out of the hands or something.
Yeah, they don't. You're right. Yeah.
The sign.
There were no other hands. There were no other hands.
Yeah, I think I know the guy who sculpted that one.
Oh yeah.
Tim Bruckner. He did a lot of DC Direct work, and I think he did that whole Jim Lee Hush wave, and he did a lot of Alex Ross figures too.
Oh, the Alex Ross ones.
Those were cool.
By the way, Make a Move Media said that Venom is my favorite Venom fig. Well done. There you go.
And we have one question from Pablo. Have you considered making small dials for the Mini-Mate line?
Ooh.
We just made our first. They tinkered around.
he's given a lot of good details into this.
The orders just weren't there. But we just put out the wrestling ring for our AEW Minimates, which is probably the first real
that's
play
right.
set that we've done. We've done a lot of vehicles, but no play sets until you do, if you count that wrestling ring. So I think it did well. So maybe it's something we could look at in the future, like doing more stuff like that. But you really need to have a big retailer usually to support the number of orders you need to make a plastic tool, because it's a lot of tooling, and it's a big investment, and you got to have a big order to back it up. So
Do you ever imagine?
Bigger retailer. What's that?
Do you ever imagine that there'd be an opportunity similar to like what Mattel does or Hasbro does, that they do like basically a big crowd fund or giant pre-order essentially for these bigger items?
Yeah, we've talked about crowdfunding a little bit. It's something we could totally do, through our system. It's just not something we've really pulled the trigger on. There are some bigger pieces that we've done that or created that we haven't necessarily offered yet that maybe could benefit from that scenario. So hopefully someday we pull the trigger on it and say, all right, we've got this gigantic piece and we need to get this many orders to produce it, and go for it, and we see how many we get. Well, we don't want to disappoint anybody. I know a lot. Hasbro can bounce back pretty easy by putting out another awesome wave of figures, but I know that they were very. Well, I don't know how disappointed they were. I'm sure they were disappointed that like the Ghost Rider card didn't back, stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah,
I think there was wasn't there a Star Wars thing that didn't back as well? I can't remember.
There were a couple. The Rancor monster, the double-sided spinny lightsaber. Okay. I know Cookie Monster didn't fund. That was early on. I was back in Cookie Monster.
I didn't even know about Cookie Monster.
It was like $250 for a life-size Cookie Monster.
I would have loved that you had it.
I mean, if you have the license, and I loved it, I went for it. I backed it, but just did not get the movement. It was their second HasLab though. It was right after the sail barge, so this one did not quite connect into it. I wonder if they did it today, it would be a little different. Especially the year now that this year they revealed those NECA Sesame Street characters. Super 7 has those reaction figures come, they've come out there on wave 3 now. So maybe there's a better opportunity for, life-size Cookie Monster.
I have an idea for you, Zach, that you could do for crowdfunding. It's the Ghost Rider Mammoth. Let's do that one.
I've not done that yet. Have they made any of these
No.
1 million BC Avengers yet?
No.
They should.
No.
They should. That'd be a great wave.
They should. It would be a great wave. But it would also be a great crowdsource
from Marvel Select Ghost Rider Woolly Mammoth. I can't imagine how that would be.
I would totally get that.
I would buy it, but
yeah,
it'd be like.
I bet if they really crammed in the package, you could do a Build-A-Mammoth.
Yeah, you're right.
That could be yeah.
I love how Zach is passing this off.
Yeah, no, I mean it makes more sense.
Someone else should do it.
It would take a couple of years to get through all the different members of that team, and you can't just do one member of the team and his mammoth. That's just
right. You just go straight to Mammoth.
That would be really fun.
Mammoth. First Rand Diamond Select Toys, Mammoth.
Can't go straight to Mammoth. Just killing the company there.
So Zach, what have you been excited about in this summertime of different because we know you're a toy guy, but then also a toy collector. So like, what other what things have you been excited about that have either been announced or you got recently in hand, or I don't know, like where's your fandom been lying these days?
Let's see. I mean, I do like the G.I. Joe Classified. Every time I see a new release, I'm like, oh, I got to get a hold of that. But I'm an old school G.I. Joe fan. But one thing I was really excited to see was that at San Diego, a company, and I'm blanking on which one it was. I don't think it was Fresh Monkey Fiction, although it might have been, announced the new Cops toy line. Cops and Crooks, which I don't know what to show here. I got the little here. I got the little minifigures they did here.
Oh, cool.
Who did these too? Actually, to be honest, but I've got one around here somewhere that's like one of my favorite characters, Barricade, and he's I don't know, he's all lost. I did an interview about cops recently, and I don't know where any of them are. But no, the Cops and Crooks from the late 80s, early 90s.
Oh my God! Is it these guys? So these are they're doing updates of these. Let me. I got some Google images here.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
First one they're doing is Bulletproof, who's the second in the top row with the trench coat. That's Bulletproof. He's the leader of the cops.
Nice.
But like all the cops were like different. Oh, and there's Barricade right below, and that's the one I have. I used to have a full complete collection, but I had parted ways with it a while back. But they were like 5 inches tall, 5 or 6. The picture exactly G.I. Joe articulation, like original 80s G.I. Joe articulation, but at a 5-inch, 6-inch scale.
Wow.
And there were all different kinds of police officers, highway patrol, SWAT, K9, stuff like that. And then the crooks were all different kinds of crooks, like gangsters and ex-convicts and street racers and stuff like that.
Right.
The cartoon was pretty cool. The theme song and the opening animation were amazing. And that's the big boss. He's the bad guy.
Man, like this packaging, these toys like revert me back to like when I was 7, like back into the 80s. Like, man.
Oh, and they cap firing. I love my 80s toys with caps. Oh,
yes. Like gives you all the toy tingles here. Wow.
Oh man.
It's a great line. It's one of my favorite toy lines of all time, and I forget which company's bringing it back, but
it's a Fresh Monkey fiction.
It is Fresh Monkey.
Yeah, they showed a picture of their where they showed off their prototype of the new Bulletproof. So that's pretty cool. Wow. So I'm very excited to see how those turn out and whether they can give it legs and do more characters. And they're going to be 6-inch scale, so people are going to want it to complete their G.I. Joe collections. And there you go.
That's that is neat. So that is neat. And soft goods jacket. How about that?
Yeah, the original had a soft goods jacket too. So
Oh man.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna have the gun. Looks like it may actually be a cap firing gun because it's got that same metal barrel that sticks out the front, and you pull it back and it will go bang. I wouldn't be surprised if they said it absolutely has to come with the caps, because it was such a big part of the toy line. Everybody had one of those.
That's cool. This looks like a very cool toy. I love the swap out hands with the badge.
So holding the badge. The iconic scene from the beginning of the end of the opening credits, where the opening animation, where he would be standing there with his badge out, and surrounded by all the cops, and they've surrounded all the crooks, and it's very cool.
Did any of you when I think of like caps and toys, I think about there's He-Man one that had
Thunder Punch.
Yes. That was the one that I owned that I loved.
That was my goat.
Smell the.
What were you gonna say, Zach?
Didn't the old RoboCop figures have caps too? I forget.
Yes. RoboCop, yes.
I think they might have.
That was right in the back, wasn't it? In the back, or was that the one where you had to feed the strips? Who had that one? It was just so fun.
What were the strips?
There were two different. There was the circle ring, which was like Thunder Punch He-Man, but then there's also that you could feed through and like literally like click down. I had a toy that was like that. Might have been the RoboCop. That's so funny. Oh well, that's those are. You know what? I forgot. I'm glad you brought that up because I had forgotten about all of that, and those toys look a lot of fun. That's so great.
It's a really great line. It's really one of my favorites. I mean, I loved the old 80s G.I. Joe, and I didn't actually play with cops when I was a kid. I loved the cartoon, but I don't think I really knew much about the toys until I got much older, like after college, and then I started collecting them all, and there's a whole rabbit hole I fell down. But
that's what I was just noticing in that Google image search. Some of the aftermarket, like, oh yeah, people full collection. Like, oh man, gotta. We should go. Get a fun going and get Zach his originals back.
I wouldn't know if we should display them all anymore. I mean, this is my display room. It's a very small cube. cubicle in my house. But Diamond Select Toys is also making a lot of really cool stuff this summer.
Oh, of course. Yes. Yeah.
We just released the first series of Walking Dead figures.
Oh, those
the
look
fifth series
good.
of Lord of the
really
Rings
good.
figures. And I think we're about to release the 4th series of Invincible figures. So we got a lot of cool.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
Can you say which ones?
Yeah. I was gonna ask that.
Lord of the Rings is Merry and Pippin from
okay,
Hobbit. You complete the Fellowship with those two because
Nice.
we've done everybody else. And Invincible is Rexplode.
Nice.
Oh,
from
yeah.
the Toon Team, and later on the Guardians of the Globe. And then one of the Mauler twins, the big blue guys.
Oh, nice.
And they come with
Yeah.
interchangeable heads, so you can buy two
Have
and have two
both.
different Mauler twins.
Got it.
Oh, that's perfect.
And Walking Dead kicks off with Rick Grimes and Michonne.
Yep.
But we
Michonne,
just showed off Series 2, which went up for pre-order, and that was Negan and a Walker, who's going to have a lot of interchangeable parts. You can have like limbs off and different heads and hats and stuff.
Ooh.
Like
Chris,
I also
I have them up if
I
you want to.
saw-
There we go.
I also
cool.
saw Daryl and his brother too. Was that?
Daryl? Oh, that might be McFarlane's doing some TV-based ones.
Oh, is that McFarlane? That's my
Yeah.
brother,
No, they're doing like TV-based, like 5-inch or something like that, I think, or maybe they're scaling them up to 7-inch. I think
Yeah,
they
you're
scale
right.
them up.
You're right. You're
but
right.
we're doing the comic.
The Michonne looks great.
Yeah. I think this came out really great. I think these are sculpted by Paul Harding, if I remember correctly.
I mean,
Down below you can see House of the Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
We just showed off, but Series 1 should be coming out pretty soon with Daemon and Viserys. And there's Series 8 of Lord of the Rings, and there's
man,
Sweetums.
Oh,
Sweet.
Sweetums.
Yeah, I don't want to.
He's the next
pre-order
after.
sold out on Sweetums. That's amazing.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pepe and Uncle Deadly are the next two Muppets, and then he'll be after them.
Oh my goodness.
That's awesome.
Oh, I like Invisible
We got War
Frodo.
Machine coming from Marvel Select.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
let's see that one. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he comes with interchangeable parts, so you can do Mark 1 or Mark 2.
Oh,
nice.
Some additional weapons, blasts, so you can put them into the guns and stuff.
Whoa.
I like how you did the head sculpt with the faceplate just off.
Yeah, swappable.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's
Oh,
good.
Yeah.
That looks rad. Especially because the suit wouldn't be like a nanotech where it would be like this is a helmet or faceplate type. You know, like I feel like the movies have conditioned us lately. Like masks can just magically appear and reappear. But that's awesome. Oh god, I love that one. I'm gonna I gotta look at this.
Take a look at Sweden.
Look at oh my god.
Man, that looks so good.
And that it's sold out, so maybe we get to see Bobo the bear. Another big
I would
boy
love
figure.
Bobo there. Oh man.
Oh my
That would
god.
be great.
Fantastic.
Bobo or gosh, who else needs to get done? Everybody wants Pops. Everybody wants Beauregard. They want the classic characters. But there's so many newer characters that would be so great. There's not really a newer character, but they brought back one of the monsters with like a really big mouth to be like the secretary on that sitcom show they did.
Yeah.
A really loud voice, and they just like eat things all the time. It's very funny. Two figures I'm actually excited about. You can see one of them here, the Rebel Moon Series 2. I really like the designs of these figures. So that's Admiral Noble.
Oh
and
wow.
General Titus. They're really
Look at
cool
that
looking
skull.
figures. So I'm excited to set them
Yeah.
up and talk with them.
Oh,
that's
nice.
yeah.
Great likeness.
Yeah. Wow.
Weird crop, but a nice likeness.
Great.
Very cool.
Nightmare reissues. There's Merry and Pippin.
Well, there's the Mary Pippin.
Michonne
Yeah.
and Rick. There's a Nile.
Just let me know what you guys want me to click on because this is all just whenever I scroll through this, it just puts a
I got
smile on my
an
face.
eye
All these
Dude, Michonne and Rick.
Michonne and Rick. Okay.
Yeah, look at that.
Man.
Wow, those sculpts are great.
Just nailed it. Oh
So
man, that's
cool.
so. And I like that you guys did the comic ad. Like with the color scheme,
Yeah,
kind of
love the black and white.
grayscale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, that's rad. Marion, I'm so excited for those guys. And Annihilus, look at this Annihilus.
Oh,
Annihilus looks
wow.
great with the wings.
Jeez.
I mean, just looking at those, oh man, I
This
can't
looks
wait
like a
to see.
big box.
Can you say which hobgoblin you're doing?
Classic Hobgoblin, not demo.
Yes.
I mean,
Oh
I
my
don't know if you.
god.
I don't know about the subtle differences between like Richard Masondale and
Ned Leeds.
Ned Leeds and stuff like that. But it's a classic Hobgoblin. It comes with a glider on a support base, so you can display him, and I believe he's going to come with some different heads, so you can have it be like different facial expressions, that sort of thing.
I'm going
That
to
likeness
pass out.
is really good on this figure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing with him too.
I love first season. I've told the guys like I'm doing a. I'm waiting for the. I think the season's done now, so it's time for my wife and I to subscribe to HBO Max to crush it in a month. We love that. Oh, how is everybody enjoying the second season?
Was it?
You haven't checked it out? Okay.
I don't watch House of the Dragon.
No. Okay.
No,
Well,
but I want.
I watched the first season. I just haven't seen the second season.
Gotcha.
After seeing that figure, though, I want Diamond to make Doctor Who figures next, so I can have my Matt Smith Doctor Who.
No, some
Or
good
just
Doctor Who
buy that
would be great.
So just going back to the Hobgoblin for a sec, like this is one of my favorite like goblins because it's like two figures in one, right? So
yeah.
I hope there's something that you can do with Hobgoblin and maybe Peter. I don't know.
Well, if you have that, you could have Hobgoblin dragging him around, but
that's true.
But no, the
Fair
two of them
point.
facing off with each other, Green Goblin, and Hobgoblin.
But yeah, but look, I mean, this is classic Goblin. I mean, you're gonna.
No, it's great.
Kill the so good.
Classic.
Oh, here's Do you want to go back to the Invincible stuff?
Oh, nice.
Invincible. Yeah.
Yeah,
Show me a
Rex
picture
is
of the
cool.
alternate head.
Let's see. Oh,
There's one.
oh, there we go. That's better.
Oh, is this with swap out arms too?
Yeah, like the glowing arms with the things that he charges up from his belt.
That's great.
That's cool.
Yeah, I wasn't really psyched for Rex until season 2. He had that great episode where he takes on the whole like serpent society.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, does this one come with like a beat up head? Because even in the comics, he just gets beat up all the time.
I think he just
He's a
comes
great
with the
arc.
2 helmeted heads and then the 1 unhelmeted head.
Looks great.
That's even with that Invincible line, that all the characters, they make themselves available for a battle damaged version of all the characters.
Archangel.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
So this one will come with 3 heads. This head, that head, and the death mask from the 4 Horsemen.
Ooh.
And the wings are ball jointed, but they'll also be removable, as far as I know, because they come with a folded up wing piece that you can then plug into his back.
Get out!
Nice.
Get out of here! Come on.
That's my understanding.
That's
if anything changes, I reserve the right to be surprised. But as far as I know, that's still happening.
Nice. That's cool.
Archangel.
He looks fantastic. Look at that hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got great hair.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, this is so much exciting stuff that's coming out from you guys. Both in the imminent future and coming down the line. Oh,
wow.
The prawn. Oh,
that's
good.
Great. That's a great one. Wow.
All the Muppet ones are perfect. Uncle Deadly. Oh wow, he looks
Wow.
he looks so accurate.
Yeah.
Maniacal laugh. Maniacal laugh.
The tails are tick blades. Nice.
Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, it's so cool.
So cool.
Even I mean, all the Nightmare Before Kids, like literally, you guys have such great licenses.
Yeah, we got a lot of
Ugh. So I need to watch Rebel Moon. I got to check out Rebel Moon.
Oh. Hey guys.
I think the new one. Yeah,
I got one of those.
Chris has toys for all of you. But
got
yeah,
more.
I think the
Free ticket.
re-edited version, like the definitive version, is out now, so you can watch that.
Okay.
Yeah, the extended cut,
Extended cut.
the all-in-one movie now.
Oh, that's the
It'll
way
be
I got
long,
to do
but
it.
it's,
Have you guys watched it?
yeah,
Not yet. I will. I just haven't yet.
Yeah, I know. I gotta check it out.
the first two
Zach,
are pretty. The first version is pretty cool. I'm very curious to see the re-edited.
By the way, this is you mentioned the backstage deluxe set. This set, guys, is a freaking
It is
blast.
actually a mock-up, but it is a very cool set.
Yeah,
I want it for Bean. That's
it's
the only one I'm missing. Oh no, Bean and Phenomena, but
wonderful. And Mary, second breakfast.
What about second breakfast?
Oh, look at! I mean, like even the little way he purses his lips. That's so well done. Jeez. And the detailing, yeah.
And they do come with their green cloaks.
Oh, beautiful.
Which
Okay.
people were asking for. So they come with their green cloaks. Gimli came with his green cloak. We'll have to revisit some of the other characters to make sure they get their cloaks down the road. But we're definitely trying to get more cloaks out there for people because everybody wants the green cloaks.
Oh, this thing's cool. Jimmy's cool. Wow, the detail on Jimmy is amazing.
Speaking of green cloaks, there's
Yep, they're saying.
oh
Yeah.
Nice.
come on, get in focus, camera. There we go. He's another winner. Love this guy.
Another great likeness on that one.
Yeah. Oh, that's Rudy.
Gim-
I mean, it's Samwise.
The
But
Gimli one is fantastic. The Gimli one's fantastic.
yeah, Gimli with the beards, so good.
I just love even on the back, like the detail on the back on the pack, just great. And the little hobbit feet. Oh, you guys are doing great stuff.
Thank you.
Oh, with Rebel Moon, did Nico work on those? Nico Hodge?
I think I saw a post from him yesterday. Yeah, right? Am I crazy? No?
I'm not sure, but if so, that's cool.
I'm not sure. I think these were painted at Gentle Giant Studios. So if he's there, then maybe. Yeah.
I think so.
Cool.
Let's see.
Oh, and Jukebox Hero is asking, what size are the figures in that Muppet set? Those would be considered 1/12, right?
They're actually they probably work with 1/12 just fine, but technically we do them everything at 1/10.
Okay.
7-inch human scale. So let's see. So Fozzie is like 4 or 5 inches tall, I guess, and then everybody else is a little shorter than that. Kermit's probably like 3 or 4. Gonzo's a little shorter than that. Scooter's probably Fozzie's height, and then Bean's pretty small. It's like
Yeah. When I got them in, I thought that they would immediately play well in terms of like 112 photography, like putting them with Marvel Legends and stuff like that. All made sense in my mind, like from heights and things. It's always like my Ninja Turtle test. Like, where do I want the turtles to be against the human?
yeah, it's close enough that I think it would work with 1/12.
Oh yeah. I did pull up Nico's page, Artman Custom, but there it was.
Oh, there
Seeing
you
his
go.
work.
He did House of the
Yeah.
Dragon. Very cool.
Yeah. So it was a cool little progress post of his growth as a both a customizer and now working in the industry, and like that's so cool. That's so cool.
So cool.
So shout out to Nico. That's awesome, man.
Zach, I really do love. I don't know if like the people in the company just hit the nostalgia points that were intentionally just for me, but those nostalgia points that you hit with the figures of like Captain America, Green Goblin, something like that, Venom, they kind of run the gamut, but you somehow I don't know, somehow with every figure it's like, oh wow, you got to have this because people are gonna want that. You need, like, just with the Archangel, I'm like, please let the third head be the Death's head. And you're like, it's the Death's head. And you're like, oh my goodness. I wanted to just throw my mic out the window because I was so happy.
Yeah,
But-
it's funny because you were mentioning that Venom, but that Venom came out 20 years ago. It came out in like early 2000s. So so when it came out, Ultimate Spider-Man was probably still a thing. And you know, he'd probably not been introduced too long before that. In fact, he had a variant without the spider symbol.
Yep. I had that one too.
But yeah, no, I think I'm one of the younger guys on the team, and I was born in '77. So in the '90s, I was already a teenager. So a lot of it is nostalgic for me. I never really read some of that X Factor that Archangel was in with Apocalypse, but I read a lot of Uncanny X-Men. So when he's joined up with the Gold Team and stuff like that, I was reading. That's what I was reading.
Oh my God.
But I picked up most of it. I worked my way backwards with Uncanny X-Men from like Jim Lee's first issue. So I was kind of expanding my knowledge of X-Men for a while. But X Factor was kind of a separate thing for me. I never really got into it.
I mean, back in the day when you were releasing, like when Diamond was releasing Venom, Ultimate Spider-Man, all that stuff, that's when they were pumping out like all recent stuff, like the zombie waves and all of that.
Yeah.
Like they were, like Marvel Select was really the only game in town at that time.
Yeah, I mean, I think Legends started, if not right before us, then right after us, with like the first Spider-Man Classics wave and stuff like that. That was 2002 when Marvel Select started. But
the thing about Marvel Select at that time was I felt like the sculpt was much better than what what Marvel Legends was pumping out at that time.
Yeah, it was definitely more focused on the sculpt and it was a bigger scale, so it could be more detailed, but it was definitely focusing more on the sculpt than on the articulation. In fact, I think because we were working with Toy Biz at the time, and that was kind of one of the things that distinguished the two lines. One was much more articulated, one was much more detailed in terms of sculpt. I think the license at that time was specifically for Ultimate Universe and Marvel Knights, which is why some of the earliest figures were Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Captain America, Ultimate Venom, Punisher,
Daredevil.
He was pretty early, I think. Elektra was one of the early ones. Trying to think what other Knights we did. I can't.
Do you think you'll do another Daredevil?
It would be nice. I mean, Captain America was kind of like, we wanted to revisit Captain America and do something that we hadn't done before, which was very classic Captain America. Which is why we did like the very limited scaling, and we wanted it to be like a not necessarily Ron Lim, more like a Mike Zeck Captain America, so a new Daredevil is certainly possible. Maybe once the TV show comes back, you might get a little boost in terms of excitement, which would be great. I've been reading a lot of Daredevil lately. Actually, I've been reading the Chip Zdarsky run. I just read the old Frank Miller stuff again. Actually, for the first time, I hadn't really read a lot of Miller Daredevil. I just read some of it.
Which one? Born Again or?
It was the one where Elektra dies. Spoiler
Yeah.
alert. Yeah, that one.
Was just
No
holding my
spoiler
graphic.
alert, she's alive.
One where Elektra dies for the first time.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, is volume 2 of Visionaries or whatever they call it. So
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, and I read the Mark Waid run too. So I've been reading a lot of Daredevil lately, actually.
Oh,
But their new Daredevil comic, Daredevil will be cool because he's one of the ones where he was a little less posable than others. He came with a cool cross accessory, but he couldn't really interact with it very well. No, a new Daredevil would be great. We did a pretty good TV one a while back.
I love that paint job on that old Daredevil. It was a nice deep red that I really liked.
No, I'd love to do a new one. We've been looking into doing newer versions of a lot of different characters. It's just whether it makes sense or not to essentially retire a figure that people still buy and enjoy, and update it to a newer version. Which, means that the old one is effectively going away. So
yeah, there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
I just going back to hitting that nostalgia point, the War Machine one point was that the Mach 1 mask. I remember that being War Machine #1, that cover and that costume was it was so cool because it was wait, this is not Iron Man, but kind of like Iron Man, and that face mask was so iconic. So when I saw that on the on that War Machine, my goodness.
Yeah, no, I think when War Machine was introduced, I'd just kind of gotten out of Iron Man comics, but no, I like War Machine. They did a U.S. War Machine maxi series a while later, which I kind of enjoyed. They had this really cool bat symbol on the back of the cover of every issue, which was it was a War Machine head with a skull, half a skull, and it said relentless and unstoppable or invincible or something like that. And it was for a long time I wanted to get that as a tattoo. It was just really, really cool.
Nice.
Do you tattoo? Do you have tattoos?
No, I have no tattoos.
Okay.
I got a tattoo.
But that was it.
Next Comic-Con, we'll all get tattoos.
I don't
Somewhere
have
I did a
tattoos.
temporary tattoo of it that they gave out at one of the conventions. I have to see if I can find it and wear it for a special occasion.
We create in the chat had a suggestion for your next Marvel Legend figure.
Marvel Select. There we
Laser
go. Laser Man.
Laser Man.
I'll wait for it after the Ghost Rider Mammoth.
There we go.
Mammoth and Laser Man.
We don't even need the Marvel license to make a mammoth. We could just make a mammoth.
That is
And set
true.
it on fire.
Instead of he was blaming Mammoth.
It's not the same mammoth. There's a different fire mammoth.
Yeah.
Someone,
Make a caveman with a torch to go with it, clearly explaining why the mammoth was on fire.
yes, and then have a swappable skull head for the for the caveman.
Another good caveman with a torch setting that caveman on fire, and that's paid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like this lore we're building for this mammoth.
Yes. Of two clumsy cavemen who can't seem to catch a mammoth without setting it on fire.
That's what happened to all the mammoths. We solved it.
And then you can put that Muppet from the 3D ride that No.Chewing was talking about that they're closing into the mammoth as just a
inside the mammoth, it ate it.
Like a little accessory.
Okay, I'm still down, but if we're building a lore, that's what happened to that character. He was eaten by this fire mammoth.
I'm definitely going to suggest him as an accessory for a future 2-pack for sure.
Yeah,
there you go.
Pixels guy.
Love it.
Thought you were gonna say mammoth.
I bet it'd be a very popular crowd favorite. Again, that figure, just because of all the people that have been to that attraction.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's true. And like you said, they're gonna close it, right? So.
Potentially, that's the rumor.
That would be an interesting little deep cut there for that inclusion.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at what Palisades did on the Muppets line, they went pretty deep. I mean, they did Sal Manila, the singer. They did doctor scientist guy who wasn't Bunsen Honeydew. He had like a Phil Van Neuter, I think his name was.
What?
They did, yeah, he's from like Muppets Tonight or something like that. I can't remember exactly. They didn't make the droid robot guy from Muppets Tonight, which would have been very cool. He had like silicon wire hair, which is very very neat character. There are lots of minor Muppets that we could get to, but Palisades was a lot more prolific. They had 4-figure waves. They were really looking to pad out and build a whole world, and we want to build a world too, but we have to look at how each figure does and see what makes sense for the next release. And
Yeah,
of course.
And I'm totally voting for Christmas Carol now.
Yeah, oh my god.
Yes.
I think that would be so clutch.
You get that sweet Michael Caine license.
That'd be really awesome. Just a Michael Caine Scrooge. I mean, you don't even need the Muppets to go with it. Just make a Michael Caine Scrooge. His performance in that movie is as good as any. That's the great part. He plays it so straight.
He
that
does.
Just like it's almost like they didn't tell him there were Muppets in it.
Right.
Not until the final song. They're like,
yes,
by the way,
great,
this is a family film.
You know what? I'm gonna compare it to Ahmad. Like hearing something like, again, he's an Oscar like worthy or winning like actor. He's got all the talent in the world. I heard something like that compared to Hugh Jackman in this Wolverine and Deadpool. That he was so good in some of those like big scenes. Like he made it. Like, I know he made me tear up and feel all the feels. Like, but I've seen that as like a Hugh Jackman Oscar push is starting for what he did in Deadpool.
Oh, I'd vote for him for sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's always nice when somebody at that level of talent is like, you're getting my 110%.
That would be an amazing accomplishment that he didn't get an award for when he did this shtick as in Logan, but he gets the award for when he does it in Deadpool.
Right.
Where Logan, it was like end-to-end movie of him doing.
I know. It's I get it.
Was that nominated at all for any Oscars?
Logan, I'm not sure.
I don't know.
It wasn't even very effects heavy. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't even get an effects nomination.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe screenplay.
Let's see. I'm checking.
Yeah.
Uh,
They had 3 nominations for Academy Awards. It won a Tony.
Wait, what?
It said it won a Tony Award.
it got best screenplay nomination.
Oh,
Okay. That makes sense. Totally does.
Right.
I'm still trying to put together the Tony Awards it won.
I know. It says.
Are you sure? I mean, Greatest Showman came out like less than a year after. Are
Oh,
you sure?
sorry. No. Sorry. List of John Logan Awards.
John Logan. Oh,
No idea
Chris.
who John Logan is.
But yeah, that's good. It's all right. So we got something. But man, I would love Hugh to get. That would be so nice to have his recognition in that. But who knows?
I bet he'll get something someday.
Like for a specific like superhero thing, right?
Oh, well.
Has he won on anything else? I feel like Hugh Jackman's won. No.
Maybe. I don't think he has won Best Actor.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that hasn't happened.
Oh, he did win Best Actor
What?
in
No.
2013.
For what? What was that?
Hold on, let me look. I don't know. Google.
Yeah,
give me
you're
this
right.
one
He did.
Bit of information.
Wait.
Best Actor for Les Miserables.
Really?
Oh no, he was nominated. He didn't win it.
Nominated.
No, but he won because he was nominated 3 in 2002 for Kate and Leopold, then Les Miserables, and then The Greatest Showman. He won for Les Miserables 2013.
Oh,
Wow.
Did he?
Well, that's Golden Globe. Shoot, I'm looking at the wrong category now.
Yeah, he won a Golden Globe. He didn't win Academy Award.
no, he has not. Yeah,
And he won
yeah,
he won a Grammy. He won a Grammy.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, Greatest Showman.
Greatest Showman, yeah.
Well, he deserves an Oscar, and he deserves it for playing Wolverine for 20 years. And
And he deserves a Diamond Select line of Greatest Showman.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a good pitch. I'm down. buy every single figure.
I
It's a
love
whole line of people who wear top hats. So it'd be Scrooge,
Yes.
Yeah.
The Greatest Showman, and it'd be Willy Wonka.
It's like
And
your
then-
John Claude follow up. It will just be top hats, not just.
And the greatest top hat, Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, naturally.
I've
Vampire
always-
Hunter.
Vampire Hunter
Vampire
version.
Hunter.
I think we could clean
We're
up with like a
all on the same
historical-
page, guys. All on the same page.
What were you saying, Zach?
I think we could clean up with like a historical Abraham Lincoln. Like think about how many toy photographers would love to get their hands on an Abraham Lincoln, have him fight like
Yeah.
in a ring or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I want to do Edgar Allan Poe. I think he could be great for a lot of pictures.
I would love that.
Oh, these two
my gosh.
education boys will back you.
Like I bought that Mythic Legion Mask of the Red Death instantly because I teach Poe every October. So,
Yep.
I would totally get a Poe. Yeah. All right. Who are the top hat people? Chat. Let us know. What other top hats? This is the time. Zach's taking notes.
Capital Photo says has a question: has Diamond ever pursued the Bond license? I assume because of top hats.
I should say I actually have a Poe figure. He's missing an arm, but it's the accoutrements Edgar Allan Poe figure. He came with a raven. He's very cool.
Oh, that's
That's
awesome.
pretty cool. Oh, that's awesome.
That's Edgar. That's there he is.
I keep him by me on my desk.
Nice.
I don't know if you.
But
I don't
James
know
Bond
if
is a tricky license.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
So
so
what-
you don't have likeness rights with any of the movies, so you have to negotiate likeness rights for everybody, as far as I know.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
And getting that is probably pricey. So
Mhm.
you have to make a really expensive action figure to do that, if they even want to talk to you about it. So or if they even say, well, they've done James Bond action figures in the past, and I guess they've done likeness with them, like the old Sideshow figures, the 12-inch ones, 1/6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they've done some in the past, but I don't. But those were pricier figures, and I think it would be really hard to do. But it'd be great.
I think I feel like from a business perspective, you'd have to pick a Bond first and just see, then start working your way into the other. Who would be the most affordable Bond?
Probably Timothy Dalton. I bet he would.
Yeah.
Or Lazenby. Although Lazenby's passed away, I'm pretty sure. So.
Depending on how you do it, and I don't know licensing rights at all. Let's just face it, I don't. But James Bond, I believe, is going to be entered into the public domain in the next 10 years.
Oh, wow.
So, not saying anything about the actors, but at least as a property, that could be something very interesting.
Yeah.
Because now it's just a British guy in a tux.
Yeah. For king and country.
Find some old cover art to base it off of. That could be cool.
Yep.
That would be neat.
Streamy has a good one, though. Bingo.
With the removable ear attached.
I'd buy a Salvador Dali action figure. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
That would be good too. And that's another one. Even just artists. I mean, there are a lot of cool in terms of real people that would be interesting in figure form.
Zach, there's a license that I feel like no one has ever capitalized on, and it is the Sandman series by Neil Gaiman.
Comic and then into Netflix, right? That was the Netflix show. Okay.
Sandman.
Oh, was it a Netflix show?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's excellent.
Sandman. Oh, I'm sorry. For some reason I was hearing it wrong. Yes, no, Sandman would be very cool. I know that they did some really cool comic-based figures with DC Direct back in the day. But
long time ago.
Yeah, long time ago. Not very posable.
But no one's done anything. I think Diamond Select would actually do that really well, considering what you've done with like TV license and movie license. And especially I think it got renewed for season 2.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen season 1. Is it good?
Season 1 is excellent. They really hit a lot of the good points from the comic book, which I've said this before. It's one of my favorite comic book series, and they did it well.
I still need to check it out. Maybe that'll be my Halloween program to push with the wifey. Wifey time.
Really, just excellent. excellent production, but also just really they had to mainstream some of the storyline, but they did it in a really artful, nice way. So
Another game in one that got made into a TV series was American Gods, and that had some cool designs.
yes,
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite books. Like American Gods,
Yeah.
is excellent,
No,
excellent. Yeah. Going back to famous figures, because I was thinking about Sandman, Shakespeare.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that will segue into Weight Crate's final nomination, Cat in the Hat.
Perfect. That's perfect.
I would love that. I would love the cast from Green Eggs and Ham. Cast characters.
That's
1-6 is down for Sandman figures. Sir Trevor wants it, and he would suggest all of the Endless. And yes, just the family of like all of them. That would be great.
Yeah. Another
Hey,
pop culture character. Oh, I'm sorry. Another accoutrements figure that I keep around is Rosie the Rivet.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice. When did they come out? You've
These
had
come
those.
back in like the 2000s probably.
Yeah, good.
They're made by a company called Archie McPhee / Accoutrements, and they make all sorts of goofy stuff like little things, like little launchers that fire little ninjas at people, and
Caps.
one of the action figures he did was Crazy Cat Lady. One of them was the albino bowler, it's a guy with white skin and a bowling ball. I don't know where they came up with some of their ideas, but
Right.
they probably did a Shakespeare. And now that I think about it,
Hilarious. They had that whatever bowler, and then they're like, "Let's do Edgar Allan Poe."
Man, I'm already thinking of like how when I just picked up on clearance the other day the McFarlane figure of himself, and like I have the Jack Kirby figure.
Wait,
I
you
have the
bought him?
Stan.
You bought them on clearance.
Yimbo
Yeah.
is really back to Yimbo buys everything.
No, I'm
Where was
not.
that?
I'm
That's
not.
the name again.
Where was that?
At Target, but that's my point being. I have these 3 toys of like comic book artists for the pictures of them bringing guys to their characters to life, and I did one with Kirby. I'm already picturing an Edgar Allan Poe scribing with like the Mask of Red Death behind him. Oh, it would be great. It would be great, Zach.
I'm
I'd
thinking
love it. Especially
it's
since-
high time we get a Jim Lee action figure because I like
Yep.
that.
oh yeah,
Yeah, Jim Lee would be iconic.
That would be very interesting too. See, we were talking about art or like artists through history, comic book artists through history.
Rob Liefeld with very dainty feet. That'd be perfect for him.
I feel
Whatever.
like a problem is like a lot of artists. I don't know what they look like other than those 2 that you just.
Right? Yeah. That's-
Yeah, this is not. No, we're not. It's not a deep line.
Yeah.
Well, Zach, I made the joke with these guys when we were doing Artist Alley at Comic Con, and it's like, here are these wonderfully talented and amazing people, and I know that so many of them are introverted and hate all of this right now. It's like we have to take these talented people, like instead of just letting them do, like, nope, you have to go to get swarmed by thousands of people
It was
just to
so-
do your art.
It was so apparent. Like we ran a string of just artists that were like, "I'm such a big fan." Like, what they said, "I love what you did here. I love what you did." Here you go.
Yeah. Would you
All
like
right.
to come on a show? No,
Like,
we understand.
No.
We get it.
I don't like talking. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. It was the perfect moment where I think, within like the third person, we're like,
It was the third person.
stop
Yeah.
asking people.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like I think it was either you or Yimbo. Like I'm just starting to see a pattern here with the artists.
Sure, we all have our strengths. We all have things we're good at.
Hey, yeah, it doesn't take anything away from their art.
No. It just cracked me up. Just funny thought.
It is funny.
Oh, God, I was just looking at this site again, seeing if there's anything else to show off. All these Muppets things, they're so great. Just looking at the animal drum set. Oh, I gotta stop. I will get into buying everything mode.
Zach, it seems like you do read a lot of comics. I know you had a history with Wizard and all that. So do you often go back to read a lot of old storylines or new storylines? Is there anything new that you're getting into?
New. I always like the newest collection of Saga, which is always interesting. That's at least current, if not new.
Have you read Something's Killing the Children?
Yes, I have. I think I've only read the first trade, but I want to read maybe the second one. I want to read more.
That's gonna be a Netflix show.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Those would be good figures. There's a new miniseries that actually all of you guys should read. It's Avengers Twilight. It has kind of a Alex Ross feel with like Kingdom Come and all that, but with Captain America, and he's like in the future and a storyline for him. It's really good.
I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I try to check out the newest graphic novels as they come to my library. I don't pick up a lot of stuff just because comics are expensive. But no, I try to read the newest stuff as it comes out. I like independent titles too, not just Marvel stuff.
There it is.
Well, Zach, you mentioned the library. One of my big things is always reminding people to use their public library because it is an invaluable resource in our communities and need to be protected at all costs.
It is.
Yeah. Mine is great because it's all the different libraries in the area are all connected together. So I'm always requesting stuff in from the other side of the county.
Perfect.
So, and movies too. That's where I see all my movies. I don't go to the theater. I watch all my movies at home on the DVD player.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what it's us.
What a deep cut. Not even streaming.
No.
Puts the DVD in.
Very rare is that I have a couple streaming services, but to get that one movie that I'm interested in watching on a streaming service that I have at that time is crap.
It's really hard, Zach. I know. It's like the worst.
It's fine. I just watch every day.
Yeah. I just watch the Zodiac song.
Hold on. Jukebox here just dropped a gem that I had no idea, and I don't know if this is true or not, but as a librarian, I agree.
Pound it. That's what I'm talking about. Jukebox, my man.
Respect.
Love it. And I love that if you go up, Wade, unparalleled, felt a disturbance in the universe whenever someone mentioned Saga. It's true, Wade. That's one of his favorite storylines. I got to pick up and go back to my library and get the rest of those.
Saga.
Yeah, the volumes. Finish it up.
So true. I was thinking the other day, we take our kids to the library all the time, and they just fly through books. I would love just to be a librarian.
Yeah.
It seems so peaceful. You recommend books.
Can't you tell Chris and I work in schools when our dream jobs are silence?
Guys, you're back in the school year just started. You're already talking about.
We're already there. I didn't even step foot in the door.
Most days quiet, and
I gotta say, it's been great the first couple days. So I'm just saying, it's been great.
We can be overstimulated.
They have this great children's section, and the people that work in that section, the happiest people I've ever met.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's really everyone looks so happy. They recommend all these new books and
super helpful and just just enjoying life.
I learned as an adult when I moved into this the last 4 years when I got a new library card that there's equipment you can rent. In that system, Zach, that you're talking about, we have the local, the little thing, and you can rent yard equipment or different CD technology. There's
you can rent yard equipment, like an auger, or
instead of going to Home Depot, they have a list of various power tools that you can borrow. Check your libraries, people. That's what I'm saying. There's systems in place. Libraries have gone hard for us.
I will check for that. Because that is insane.
Yeah, it's amazing. Our minds were blown. So
I like looking for the zoo passes or the aquarium passes. Like
Mhm.
you can grab those anytime you want if they're not already taken out.
Yeah.
Streaming video games. You can borrow video games. I've done that too at my local one.
Yep.
Just saying. I'm always going to be a mark for library love, so I'm good with this. It's very Toy Daddy on brand, Zach, for us.
Jukebox Hero wife and I are both librarians.
Wonderful. That's awesome.
I work in a high school library.
Oh, for high
Oh,
school.
fair. All right. That's
That's not the peaceful
Touche.
retirement scene
Touche.
that Chris is aiming for. But I'm happy that do you both work together in that library? Did you meet each other in this job? Now I'm creating like a rom-com.
You're writing a whole See,
yeah.
Chewy, tonight you should do whole toy photography stuff.
They're books and
See-
they bump into each other and they pick up books on the ground and their hands touch. Yeah.
One of them was working as a librarian. The other came in to look for an auger to rent. So they
Their yard
A
equipment.
backhoe.
their yard equipment.
That was Jukebox's wife. Hey, do you guys sound like a weed whacker? Or can I borrow a weed whacker?
I'm telling you, it's a thing. It's a thing. I promise you guys. Look it up.
Uncle Rizzo says, seeing Zach always reminds me of Toy Fair with a picture of his head on a Mego Spidey.
Amigos.
Mego Spider.
I don't know if that ever happened. I was on a bunch of Mego bodies, but I don't know if I ever wore a Spider-Man suit. That would have been cool.
Met each other at the library my wife works.
That's awesome. Love
So
that,
he was-
man. Aw.
Were you looking for an auger?
Were you both working there and like did you guys like collide and the books fell? Just tell me that happens. It's fine. Just lie to me, will you?
It definitely, there needs to be a meet cute in there for sure.
Right? Like they were organizing the Dewey Decimal cards and they accidentally like knocked in. Yeah, again they went flying. Oh,
Mhm.
The Dewey Decimal cards.
yep.
We may
That's
have
how it
been at
goes.
like a librarian rumble, like two librarian groups were like getting together and fighting. And
The books just fall out.
There's a rivalry between shifts, like the morning shift versus the afternoon shift.
Oh, that's
or the sections, children's sections, and then like references.
Oh, it's competing libraries. It's like the Central Library and the East Library, and you're like, oh, we don't get along with Central.
it's like West Side Story,
Mhm. Of books.
the books.
It is crazy how much the library closest to me has so many trades. It's just, like endless. And so when I go there, I'm like, ooh, 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 ooh. And then I don't finish them in time, and then I have to bring them back.
see now. I was doing that too because it auto renews, and I took out a big stack, and then my wife was like, "You come on." She's like, "We bring these." I'm like, "But they're not. They're not. They just keep re-rolling it over." She's like, "There's you have a stack." Shut. So I brought him back.
It's been a month. It's been a month.
I was sitting on him. I know. I was like, "You're right. You're right." Oh man. Well, gentlemen, I'm looking at the time. I mean, I'm looking at the Diamond Select site too, but I know that Chris and I have early mornings, and Zach, we didn't want to take up your whole night tonight, but man, we have. I mean, again, I'm not trying to wind things down, gentlemen. I just was seeing it's getting close to my bedtime.
I'll do it. We're winding the show down. Yimbo, do you have a guest lined up for next Sunday?
No. No. I told you, but life has been crushing the toys out of me this week. So, no, this Sunday, if anything, I'll always throw the link to you guys and Cody, and we'll see what happens. So, yeah.
Cool.
But I'll be streaming. So
to
Sunday
get more
night.
of this handsome face, tune in on Sunday nights at 8 o'clock on his channel. Yimbo reviews everything.
And maybe some toy daddies.
I mean, it's pretty nice. I don't know.
Zach, we can find you at DST Zach over on Instagram, where your toy photography. I love seeing your toy photography, dude. It makes me so happy because I know it's you're just doing it for the love of the hobby, and that's what it is, right? That's what we should always keep that love. But man, you've been killing it. You've been doing such a nice job with your toy photography.
Oh,
I like
thank you.
little Zach when he travels.
I love
those are my
Mini
favorite
Made
pictures.
Zach,
Yeah. Where did you? Was there a reason Mini Made Zach was found by Archangel? In that
We did a
particular.
thing where we hid my mini in the display case every day.
Yep.
And if you found him, then you won a prize. You just had to take a picture of him with your phone, and then we would give you a prize. So
I never showed the picture.
I moved him around each day.
What were the prizes?
Pins, little pins, mini, little things like that.
That's cool. Very cool.
It was I found him as soon as you said that. I was scouring because I have the picture. I have my little mini mate me, like outside the picture of you in the class. I told you, New York Comic Con, they will finally get to shake little plastic hands formally.
Yeah. Zach, we really appreciate you coming on. I just had one more question for you.
Unite my toy collectors, photographers, and more. We had some fun tonight, but we're out of pictures to explore. We thank you for your time. It was nothing but sublime. Though it's time to go to bed, don't be filled with dread. Because next week we'll be right here. Your toy daddies will appear to bring you joy and laughter every night and here on after.